Sanjeev Khirwar, who is the principal revenue secretary in the national capital, who, well, has been seen to be walking his dog along with his wife at the Thyagraj Stadium, as a result of which the stadium has been shut down earlier on multiple occasions, has in fact been transferred. So the Babu who used the stadium to walk his dog has been transferred. His wife has also been transferred. Let's go right across to Akhilesh, joining us on the phone line with all the latest. Akhilesh, what more can you tell us?
Well, it's a very strong message which is given by the Home Ministry, and the action has been taken immediately. We have just got the copy of the order, and Mr. Sanjeev Khirwar, who is IS officer, was seen taking his dog on a stroll in the Thyagraj Stadium along with his wife. Now he has been transferred to Ladakh from Delhi, and his wife, Mrs. Rinku Dugga, she is also an IS officer. She has been transferred from Delhi to Arunachal Pradesh. So it's a very strong message against the VIP culture. The Modi government has made it very clear that such action will not be tolerated, and whenever it comes to sports, the sports authorities and the sports persons, they are on the top priority, and they will not be, nobody will be allowed to disturb their routine.
Right, Akhilesh, I just want to ask you though, the MHA had sought a report from the Chief Secretary on this particular story by the Indian Express, which had reported that the Thyagraj Stadium is being shut down earlier for athletes. Athletes are being pushed out because Mr. Khirwar, along with his wife and dog, go for a walk there in the evening. Now, this is, of course, a shocking story that we've covered as well. But what is also interesting here is that Mr. Khirwar has not apologized. In that story to Indian Express, he has in fact come out and said that he only occasionally goes out for a walk. And there were many questions that were being asked on whether or not Mr. Khirwar will in fact be sacked for abuse of power. Instead, we are seeing that he's been transferred to Ladakh, and his wife, who's also in the services, has been transferred to Arunachal.
Well, that's right, Ishika. In fact, the government has ordered a probe, they have sought a report, and now the report has been submitted, and on the basis of that report, this action has been taken. And as I've mentioned that they're saying that this is a case of VIP culture and misusing their own position. That's why this strong action has been taken. And remember, they are husband and wife couple, and now they have been separated because one has been sent to Ladakh and other has been sent to Arunachal Pradesh. So it's a very strong message which has been given. And of course, Delhi Chief Minister Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, in the morning, he announced that all the stadiums in Delhi will now be open till 10 p.m. every day for the sports person to practice.
So, Akhilesh, thanks very much for joining us with those breaking details. This is a big story that we've been tracking after the Indian Express uncovered how an IAS officer, the principal revenue secretary of Delhi, was misusing his power to actually throw athletes out of the stadium earlier in the day, so he and his wife could in fact go for a walk with their dog on what is government property. Action has been taken. There was a report that was sought for by the Home Ministry, and in fact after that report, what we now know is that heads have rolled. So the MHA had sought a report from the Chief Secretary. After the Chief Secretary's report, what we know is that Sanjay Khirwar and his wife Rinku Dugga have in fact been transferred. Sanjeev Khirwar transferred to Ladakh and Rinku Dugga to Arunachal Pradesh. There is a report on this which is still pending, after which more necessary action will be initiated against the bureaucrats. Thanks, Akhilesh, once again for joining us with this big breaking story.